Things went wild. The fat cop shot Bob, getting him in the news, but the agent Bob took down became a joke. Hurt by the victim, and robbed of his car, he became a laughingstock among feds, yet felt no shame his foe was no ordinary man. Bob, a Marine sniper, faced a rookie cop just out of police academy for 3 weeks, no mercy. He kept wondering why Bob denied assassinating the president and mentioned old stories. Something seemed amiss. Bob waltzed into a supermarket, landing on the headlines, and the nationwide manhunt was on. Time to snag some interesting. The guy cleverly severed the supermarket's power, then bought water, sugar, and salt. Bob started tending to his wounds, then pulled a little prank with a big syringe to inject himself, and changed into a new outfit. Talk about the transformation. On Assassination Day, the president survived, but the nearby archbishop fell. No wonder he was confused. Bob arrived in Kentucky, found Donna's wife. Sarah saw his photo and, after some hesitation, opened the door. Bob told Sarah he didn't assassinate the president, but she already knew. After all, he was running out of options. His wounds were screaming for mercy, so he told Sarah he needed help. If she felt like shooting him, go ahead, might as well go out with a bang. Sarah had him park in the garage and then tried to call for help, but the line went dead just when another call came in. Hello, yeah, Bob's dog scared the life out of me by knocking over the trash can. Oh good, thanks. Grateful Sarah will save her ex-friend. Donnie died 3 years ago. Sarah was gathering meds for Bob. He pulled out a list asking her to hit up different pharmacists, typical Bob. Meanwhile, Agent Nick pulled an all-nighter, believing it was a conspiracy as the first ballistic shot reached the FBI 22 men's post-shots. That's some crazy efficiency. Nick checked out Bob's file, and it was nearly impossible for him to mess up. Footage showed there was barely any wind. How could a top sniper miss by 2.5 feet from 2,000 yards? The fat cop's report added to the suspicion Nick was gearing up for a heart-to-heart with him. Only to learn the fat cop was killed in an alley last night. Bob drank mystery liquid and collapsed. He asked Sarah to remove the shrapnel. Though just a teacher, the surgery miraculously succeeded. After an unknown time, Bob woke up. Sarah told him his dog had died and asked, "What's next?" Nick was still uncovering the truth, aware it was a conspiracy, seeking evidence, while Bob recovered under Sarah's care. Then Bob got ready to roll, and Sarah handed him the sniper rifle Donnie used during training. Let's hope it comes in handy. He asked Sarah for a favor. She agreed, though Bob said nothing, perhaps due to the trust as Donna's partner. He pushed Sarah to find that federal agent, to use him and lure out the colonel, and she handed him the colonel's license plate number. Looking calm but slightly anxious, she left, while the colonel searched for Bob at the cabin, snapping shots of that car's info. 2 cops spotted Bob's suspicious behavior, told him to remove his hat for inspection. A fight broke out, and in seconds both were down. Bob slipped off his coat and escaped smoothly while Nick started tracking down that car's identification code. However, he hit a wall with restricted information that needed clearance to be accessed, so he went to his pretty colleague for help. The only colleague believing in Nick, she admired the kid's guts, risking expulsion and detention to investigate. Subtitles. The colonel noticed Nick's move and requested a full check on his license plate, seen near the dessert shop minutes ago. A few people had just spotted Bob there, so the colonel went into action mode. While Nick was chatting with his lovely colleague, 3 big guys got out of the car and forcibly took him away to a deserted area for some fun. They weren't looking to interrogate him instead. They were planning to give his gun a shiny new accessory. Ironically, this bald dude placed the gun in Nick's hand, turning it into a suicide machine, creating a perfect. Just then, a man dropped dead, and the bald guy's face turned pale as he hid behind Nick. He didn't escape, and another guy strolled in, only to find his buddy sprawled on the floor. Bob had arrived. It was a trap. He contacted Nick to lure the colonel, setting perfect bait. Nick knew much and hoped Bob hire a good lawyer for legal protection, but Bob ignored the nonsense. He asked the kid to do it or not. The poor kid said, "I'm shot, can't do it now." Then Bob found spending records. He sent flowers yearly to Donna's wife, Sarah. Both had tough lives. They had to unite. Bob took Nick to Tennessee to find a 2,200-yard sniper. The old man mentioned 3 snipers, a Russian in jail, a French one dead, and another real tough one. Funny thing, a killer of hundreds, hunted by all, was finally found in a derelict 6-story building. They bombed the place, blowing it to smithereens, but rumor had it someone crawled out alive. Bob's instincts kicked in. He recognized the guy. The old man suddenly grabbed Bob's hand. Nate called his female superior, asking her to look up someone none other than that vicious sniper, Old Mike. The colonel knew Bob would dig up Old Mike's info, thus he plotted a trap to lure Bob in. The bait, Old Mike. The colleague found his info, starting a cat and mouse game. Don't forget to subscribe.